Muizz Tounkara, Arizona, a wide receiver out of Texas, talking with somebody on the staff. I'm just going to put it out right now. And if we could maybe get these highlights, Leah, that would be that would be awesome. Looking at this kid, he said that this coach said that he believes that this is going to be that this could be the best player in the class when it's all said and done. He has no clue why he's not rated higher. He said it's a Texas thing, but he is big. He's physical. He's got hands. They expect him to be able to come in and compete immediately, Sheer, for a spot. Obviously, one that T-Mac's going to be out.
Yeah, again, like this receiver class as a whole is kind of ridiculous. Like, it's really well done, but this is a first day starter type of talent. Really right. Big dude. If you look at the highlights, he's smooth. Great defense there. But but I mean, you could just tell, the instincts, the size and all that, the athleticism. I like the fact that he could play in multiple spots. He's good. He's a guy that they absolutely believe will be playing early on in the process.
One thing that we have definitely found out about Brent Brennan and this staff, and I think this is with going into Big 12 is that they are going to recruit. Texas is going to be a massive priority for them. And big receivers. We like big receivers, big, strong, physical people that lift weights from Texas. We are big fans of that, Jason Shearer. This is true.
Yeah, I got an article on the website today about recruiting Texas and how Brennan, top of Texas is as good as anyone, top of California, upper echelon and all that. They're going to be very heavy in Texas. And this isn't a BS fake effort like some previous coaches. This is we are going to be a force recruiting Texas.
And it makes perfect sense. You've got all these Texas fan bases that are okay, cool. You've got all these Texas fan bases that are totally good to go and are from Baylor to Texas Tech, you name it. It's easy to sell these kids wanting to play on it. So I'm seriously I'm like I said, I'm super excited about this. I think this is going to be a next level type. I think this is really going to help this coaching staff, and I'm glad that they're embracing it as well. Now, Big 12 Bobby, I agree with you. Need Texas linemen. That's going to be the one thing though with this staff. You're going to
that gets a little difficult because Texas linemen, everyone wants Texas linemen, right? Hawaii linemen, I think, California linemen, Arizona linemen. If Arizona gets to a spot where it's landing top Texas linemen, the Brennan's on top of the world. Like that is very difficult to do.
That's why I also think it's very important to get the Polynesians in there. Because that's something that I got to give Jed Fish credit on. It's the Jed Fish understood the Polynesian factor in that you're probably not going to get those big linemen out of the South. They're probably going to go to some big time schools and whatnot. But a lot of times when you get a Polynesian lineman, they can be kind of underrated. You look at your Wendell Muizz, you look at your Jonas Sabaneas, players like that, and they are big. They are very large people. And that's something that I think is, for an Arizona perspective, it's something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, and I trust Josh Oglesby. I think he's a good coach and a good recruiter. I like what they've brought in before. But yeah, it's going to be difficult to get really good offensive linemen from Texas. So you go to Hawaii, you get the Polynesian players. You continue with that culture. You built the culture. You had the culture. I would assume that with Brennan and the people around him and how they recruit and who they recruit, that Polynesian part will always be part of the program, that Polynesian culture.
And then, so let's talk the wide receiver class. I would believe is probably done at this point. Now we got to talk a little bit about Muizz from Florida, speedster burner. What say you, Sheer?
So I have a couple notes written on him because a coach similar to your context loves this dude.
No way, it's not the same guy.
No, it's not the same guy. Kid is a freak. 100 meters, he ran a 10.4, 21.4, 200 meter, 6 foot, ran a 4.5 at the Under Armour, 10-foot broad jump. Mother was an NCAA All-American sprinter at Florida. Brother, 4-star top 200 player, had 22 touchdowns last year on 49 catches. Right. They love this dude. They think he is explosive.
Another dude, like when you're talking with Texas, you're talking Florida, you're talking California. there's just so much talent in those three spots that, I just kind of, again, I look at the offers, and that's where to me it's a little bit more interesting. But this wide receiver class, they did a really, really good job. I also give them a lot of credit for taking inventory and saying that, yeah, T-Mac's awesome, but guess what? T-Mac's also going to be gone. Shears guy, Montana Lamonius Craig, likely to be gone, even though he could come back. By the way, Shear, did you, you said that you thought that Montana would have more yards than Malachi Riley this season?
I didn't say that. I tell you right now, NCAA here comes out in 12 minutes. The starting receivers are, I don't know if this is public, whatever. The starting receivers are T-Mac, Raymelo Murphy, and Montana. I think I'm going to switch it up. I got to get my boy Malachi in there.
Make it happen. Make it happen.